can't throw you out of your own son's hospital room. Way out of line.
Oh, well, she is his fiancée, mate. And she's trying to control something that, let's face it, none of us can control.
So, what are you going to do about it?
Well, I just hope she's a little bit more receptive tomorrow, I suppose.
Well, you're a bigger man than me. I don't know if I could be that forgiving.
Oh, well, that's not what I heard. Heard about you and Sal.
What about us?
Well, that you're going to give it another go.
Who told you that?
It's just the word around town.
Mate, have you got any idea what it takes to put on a show like that?
Well, she pretty much has most of it covered.
So what are you talking about? Closing down the bar to the public, then you've got to find waiters to serve the food, the grog, put up decorations, and I don't know if we've even got enough grog in stock to handle something like that.
Okay. Well, what if we do have enough grog? She's prepared to take a weekend off her. I can find some staff for tonight and promise to work myself. What's going to stop us then?
I suppose if you want to bust your gut for this, Sheila, we can do with the revenue.
Well, beauty, she'll be stoked.
She'll be stoked. Rick, why are you going out of your way to help this woman?
Oh, come on, she's not that bad. She's all right. She's a really good person to know.
For what?
For my future, maybe. Look, she's got some good contacts and she's keen to help me out.
I'll bet.
Oh, don't make it out like that, okay? It's her birthday and I'm being nice to someone on their birthday, that's all. What about you? You still mad with Brad about the Hank situation?
No, I'm over it, okay.
What is it then?
If I told you that Brad and Sally kissed last night, would you believe it?
Yeah, well, of course, I realised you'd want to keep it hush-hush.
Oh, good, because what happened is between me and Brad. It's got nothing to do with anyone else, Colleen.
Well, no, Pet, and I wouldn't dream of breathing a word to anyone.
You've already told Leah.
Well, from now on, my lips are sealed. Heather, this is for table 4, that's for table 2.
Table 2's the one in the corner?
No, it's the one next to the door.
Oh, of course, right.
She swears that she hasn't told anybody else.
Right, so she had her fingers crossed. Well, why don't you go and sit down? I'll get you a coffee.
Oh, God, I'm so sorry. Leah, I'm so sorry.
It's all right. These things happen. It's okay. I'll clean it up. Why don't you call it a day? You've had your shift's nearly over anyway.
Oh, would you mind counting this out and putting it in the till? Only don't ring it up, it's on account. I'll mark off the book when I've done the rest of the orders.
Actually, I was just about to knock off...
How is he?
I was talking to Tony last night. He just was waiting for me to say Jack's going to pull through. It's so hard watching him go through this.
When we get home tonight, you're going to put your feet up and I'll look after you.
Well, I'll be looking after Rory.
I'll look after both of you, okay?
Tony isn't even over losing Beth yet, and now he's got to deal with this.
Not to mention being basically tossed out of Jack's room.
What do you mean?
Sam had a go at him earlier, and that's why he's not here.
They've almost finished my wedding dress. I've got one more fitting until I can take it home. I think I told you that this morning. Rory wants to wear the same suit as you. He's so excited, Jack. He can't wait for you to wake up and be with us again. Which he will, any day now. Oh, Rachel's here to visit. What is it? Is it bad news?
I'm worried about you. Sam, you had no right to speak to Tony the way that Julie said you did earlier.
I feel really strongly about this, Rach. I can't have Jack hearing us talking about him like he's not going to pull through. You must understand that.
I do. But Jack is Tony's son also. And his way of dealing with things is just as valid as yours. Please take a rest. You need to get some perspective.
I can't. I'm expecting a therapist and I can't leave the room until he gets here.
Oh, hey, did you get my message?
Yeah, I did. I also had Tony asking if we were getting back together, Cassie giving me funny looks, and on the way out of the gym, Rick asked me if I had any interesting news.
Yeah, Brad, I can explain.
Why don't you just call a town meeting, take a vote? Should Brad and Sally get back together?
I don't know what you've been told, but the gossip has got nothing to do with me. It was Colleen.
Yeah, and who told her?
Brad, she saw us last night. She saw us kissing and she's really happy for us, so she went out and started telling everybody. I've even been to the diner myself to tell her to keep quiet about it.
I'm sorry. It's just... I don't know what any of this means. And the thought of everyone out there talking about us...
Oh, don't you think that I feel exactly the same way?
So what now?
Pippa had the accident and you were there for me. I mean, you were there for the whole family. I wanted us so much to be back together.
It was hard for me too, living through that hell. Going back to a motel room at night.
I didn't want you to go anywhere. To be honest, I thought that you were going to come home. It was a complete shock when you moved into that new place.
Well, I couldn't do that. Not then. I wasn't ready.
Yeah, I understand that. What about now? I want you in my life, Brad.
I love you. But I'm not sure what that means or where it leaves us.
Well, last night when you didn't call, I was wondering if it's because you've got so much anger that you don't trust yourself to open up to me again. Do you think counselling would help us?
I don't know. We could give it a go.
Yeah, well, only if you want to.
Yeah. Yeah, I do.
Are you going already?
I got to go home, check up on Tam.
Yeah, Brad, you don't have to keep running away. If there's something you need to say, you should just say it.
Baby steps, Sal. Okay?
Okay.
I'll see you later.
What's going on in here?
He's a craniosacral therapist.
Did you get this clear with the neurosurgeon?
Why? That's not necessary.
Trust me, it's necessary. For a start, the hospital isn't covered if this guy does any damage.
Are you worried about protecting the hospital?
No, I'm worried about Jack. I can guarantee you this therapist isn't going to make a difference.
Well, if traditional medicine isn't helping, then there's nothing wrong with trying an alternative.
What that guy in there is doing doesn't qualify as therapy. Look, I'm a doctor and I'm not...
You're an intern, Lewis, and I think it scares you to realise that you don't know everything.
Okay, so I don't have all the answers.
No, that's right, you don't.
But I do know that you're scared and that this is out of your hands. Whatever happens to Jack, you can't control it. You need to accept that for your own sanity.
Maybe you need to accept that, unlike you, I'm doing everything in my power to make sure Jack gets better. He needs to wake up.
Maybe he's not the only one.